Experiences with hat bastard, Kai's you shadowy ass muncher, you can only hurt me if I let you. Be me. Mid-high school. Getting 2 to 3 hours of sleep a night on weekdays and none on weekends. Survive entirely off of Monster and hatred. 2 a.m. Trying to get work done. Have a BB gun I put in my mouth every now and then just to give myself some hope. Saw hat bastard a week before on the way to school and nearly shat myself. Hadn't seen him since. See a flicker in the corner of my eye. Assume it's the shadow bros I'd been seeing. As far as I can tell they were lost spirits or fallen angels or some shit, basically neutral, and were more confused by the fact that I could see them than anything. Look over. It's hat bastard. Fight or flight. Fight. Go fuck yourself activated. Grab the gun like a bat. Charge. Swing. Blink. The bastard is gone. Look in the mirror. Hess standing behind me outside the window. Turn around. Hess not there. It's been years and I haven't seen him since. I feel his presence occasionally, but I always tell him to fuck off and he does. So I guess I won. I also stopped seeing the imps, as I called them, soon after. 1 foot tall little shits that telepathically laugh at you and make you want to punt them across the room. Also 2-dimensional. B.me. Uber driver. Always ask weird questions to spark convo. Ask 2 girls if they ever seen a ghost or have any cool stories. Tell me about time they had a person appear to them at a funeral they were at for a loved one. Person said fret, not that person is happy in heaven and loves you very much, do not worry. Person also said their cousin had a person approach them at funeral too, but this person was a female but said pretty much same thing. Me. Wow, great story. Anon, I wish I could get a message from God. Within hour pick up Japanese Aldi and her 2 little girls from airport. Just got back from trip to Israel, walled steps of Jesus. Have small talk. Gets quiet. Suddenly taps me on shoulder. Anon, I don't want to alarm you, but I have a close relationship W God and has a message for you. Yell what the fuck? Explain in had just asked for this. Apologize for cursing in front of little ones. Proceeds to tell me not to so hard on myself that no matter what I have an angel looking out for me. Knows things about my early childhood. When I prayed for my life an angel was there. Knew I was made fun of back then for my weight etc. Get goosebumps. Cry. Get a big hug from her. Thank you God. Sup fuckers. I need advice. I think I might have a stalker or I am a schizo who needs meds. Be me. Walk home from work at 9 p.m. in October. Guy comes out of bushes from behind me in a parking lot. I cross the street, I look back. I see him watching me, he sees that I see him, so he jumps behind some trees to hide. I walk around my apartment so he doesn't know where I live. Whatever, I'll walk through a different parking lot. Early November at 9 or something again. Walk through different parking lot. See trailer, someone wearing hoodie is crouching beside it, holding a phone up to his ear. He gets up, walk perpendicular to my direction. He crosses the street with me, watching my every move. I take the long route to my apartment to make sure he doesn't know where I live. Mid-November, getting cold. I walk through same parking lot as second time as one of my friends told me he is probably a drug dealer. I am in the middle of the parking lot when hoodie man comes from behind the parked trailer he had been crouching in front of last time. He walks towards, I don't wait to see what he wants, so I sprint to the road, impatiently wait for stupid cars to pass, and I run to my apartment. Gave away my apartment location, fudge. Part 2. I've also had a pretty wild sleep paralysis experience last year. Be me. Come home late at night from drinking and smoking with a couple of friends. Last thing I was expecting was a fucking full-blown sleep paralysis episode, since I heard alcohol, drugs, weed specifically, messes with the sleep phase, where sleep paralysis usually occurs. Throw my clothes and go to get some cozy sleepy time. Some time passes, laying in bed and suddenly not able to move any of my limbs, chest feels heavy-weighted. That sleep paralysis. JPG. Be too much of a pussy to open my eyes so I keep them shut. Only see the usual black dark gray static, but with a faint wobbling orb in the middle. Suddenly hear a child's voice. You have taken it from us. Be creeped out as fuck. Suddenly experience a literal tactile hallucination of the child climbing my back onto my shoulders, despite actually laying on my back. The fucker starts biting off the fingers of my right hand one by one. Still can't move. JPG. Start focusing on moving my toes and fingers, as I've heard this is how you can break the paralysis. It actually works, and I snap out of it. Really glad I knew about sleep paralysis. Otherwise I probably would have soiled myself lol. Heard about the crazy shit people see, but I've never ever read anything about having tactile sensations hallucinations. Guess it's a thing though. Be me. Nearly nodding off. Trying to decide on a third word. Almost asleep. Suddenly realize there's something behind me. Pressure around my face, like something is feeling my pulse or something. Suddenly starts pulling the chair backwards. Get pulled all the way over to the other room. Just as quickly wheeled back a few seconds later. Wake up. Write this. Manifest something in my room. No idea what. Wanted to die in the dream, but kind of terrified now. Spend the next half hour hiding under my blanket just in case. Fuck no, don't reach under the blanket, what the fuck. Fucking ghostly shadow thing just sits there for a good minute, and I wake up in a calm panic. Wish me luck, anons, I'm going back in. Can we get a true ghost stories thread? I'll start. Be me. 24 and driving in an Orchid at 4 a.m. with my GF. Orchid leads straight into town. I live in a small town. Talking to my girlfriend, but keeping my eyes on the road. I turn to talk to my GF, and in the window I see us pass by a person walking on the side of the road. Almost hit the fucker, and had to swerve. Didn't get the best look, but I was able to see that he was wearing a navy blue hoodie, denim jeans with a hat, Mexican. But his face, he didn't seem to have a face, if that makes sense. It was all a blur, but his clothes I was able to see perfectly, which I thought was weird. Wondering why I didn't see him coming up, but chalk it up to not paying attention or him just popping out from the trees last second, but this is unlikely. Be me a few months later. Driving with GF on the same road home around the same time. Get to the spot where I saw the blurry-faced man. My jaw drops. Exe. My car's lights are so bright they light the entire road and the sides of the road where you can see the trees. There is no way I shouldn't have been able to see this guy. I have more stories of my own and people I know, if you want to hear more. I'll start with the demon experience. Be me at age 10. Fairly normal childhood up until then. One day I hear a voice, it sounds friendly and old. I say hi and the voice asks me to open the window to my bedroom. I oblige, then a presence enters the room, and for the next few months didn't leave. I asked the presence what its name was, and it replied Bob. Bob then tells me he's a 400-year-old vampire demon, and that my soul is his. Bob proceeds to molest me endlessly for weeks, but I was a huge Christ cuck at the time. I start reciting every prayer I know in hopes of fending off Bob. Nothing works and the abuse gets worse. Finally one day, I feel his presence creeping into my mind. He promises to stop hurting me if I let him in fully, and to stop resisting. I felt him proving a dark corner of my mind that only came out in horrifying nightmares, apocalyptic dreams. He got one peek and then started screaming. He then said, "Kid, you're really fucked in the head." And I never dealt with Bob again. Be me. Have little door inside my closet that leads to my attic. My dad turns the attic into a little hangout area for me and my friends when I was really young. Makes it actually nice and cozy. Over time stop using it. One day I'm in there with a friend of mine and we hear some loud ass banging. Wondering what the fuck it is, we go check and see what my dad is doing, as he is always working on something, so it's not out of the ordinary to hear loud shit in my house. Walk down the stairs and see him asleep on the living room couch. No one else home. Me and friend think that was weird, lolts whatever. We return to attic. Start to hear breathing that is not coming from us. Breathing is fast as fuck, like the person is in danger or being chased. Breathing entity inhales heavily and holds it in as if to stay as quiet as possible. Me and friend dip the fuck out of there in fear. Still don't know what the fuck I heard. Had a pretty disturbing dream last night. Be me. Driving my truck through a creek bed. Somehow end up stuck in a black rock canyon with a small waterfall. The canyon isn't super deep, maybe like 20 feet. Know for sure there is a gravel road alongside the canyon. Get out of truck, grab rifle, start looking for a way out. Start hearing a woman's voice whispering to me. Can't make out where the voice is coming from. Can't make out what she's saying, but I know it's not good. Feel an intense wave of fear. Sling rifle over back and start fucking climbing up the canyon wall. Somehow my brother knew where I was and came and pulled me the rest of the way up with a rope. Wake up in a cold sweat. What does this mean, bros?